Please search warrant, open the door! Do it now!
No, sir!
With your hands up!
Verbal contact.
Go, stop! Go, get him! Get him!
When 7 members of a drug task force entered a home to execute a search warrant, they were suddenly met with repeated gunfire from inside, leaving 5 officers wounded and forcing the team to pull back. On October 12, 2023, in the town of Glendorado, about 80 kilometers northwest of Minneapolis, officers from Sherburne County and Benton County executed a drug-related search warrant at a residence on 191st Avenue in Princeton. Inside the home were Karl Thomas Holmberg, 66, and his wife, Doreen. Court records show Holmberg was convicted of cocaine possession in 1986 and another serious drug possession offense in 2006. Most recently, in 2019, he received a civil citation for not wearing a seatbelt while driving. Holmberg had already been on local law enforcement's radar. Police knew he kept multiple firearms in the house, so the raid was carefully planned, with an emphasis on speed and full protective gear. Officers approached the home, knocked, demanded the door be opened, and announced they had a search warrant.
I think I hear him inside.
Please search warrant, open the door! Do it now! Please search warrant, open the door! Door's locked.
Ram.
With the door locked and no one answering, police forced entry.
Please search warrant!
7 officers entered. Officer Nick led the way, using a shield for cover. During the initial sweep, they did not find anyone in the main areas of the home. But as the team moved deeper and approached the bedroom door, gunshots suddenly erupted from inside, fired through the closed door, striking multiple officers.
Please search warrant!
Go away!
Come on now, sir! With your hands up!
Verbal contact.
I'm hit! You alright? You okay? No. Anyone hit? I'm hit!
I'm hit.
Alright, let's get outside. Get outside! Go. Is everybody outside? Is everybody outside? Where's Chris?
Right here.
You hit.
You hit?
Cross that leg. We got 2 hits.
Get over here. Let's get behind the car. Come on. Hey, you're all right. You're all right. You're all right.
Chaos broke out immediately. Under continued fire, officers were forced to retreat and pull the wounded out of the danger zone. Police determined the shots were fired by Holmberg from inside the bedroom. Although the shield stopped a burst of rounds, the distance was so close that some rounds still penetrated and caused injuries. After the initial exchange, 3 officers were confirmed injured. Officer Nick was the most seriously hurt and went down, as fellow officers provided immediate first aid.
Tourniquet.
I got you.
Now.
I got you. Where you shot?
Right arm.
I got you.
Yeah.
Where you shot?
Right arm.
I got you.
Yeah.
Right arm. Come on. Where you at? Right arm?
Help here. We got 2 officers down.
Hurry up.
Get us a helicopter.
Cody.
Hurry up.
I got you, brother. I got you.
You're good.
You're gonna be just fine.
Dude, back it up, please.
Dude.
Here.
Losing blood.
Yep. I know. Here. Let me see.
Where's your leg at?
Take a breath. Take a breath.
Leg?
Arm.
Hang on.
Okay.
Lift up a little bit. Okay, I gotta get up high and tight to the joint.
Yep. Can we get Nick in there?
4505
You able to walk?
Should we talk about SWAT?
Because they were wearing body armor, Nick's wounds and the injuries to the other officers were not believed to be life-threatening as long as bleeding was controlled before transport.
We're gonna get you to the
It's gonna
van.
hurt, brother. I'm going tight.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, we're gonna try to get him to the van, okay?
45, 03, 4500.
Can we get one of you guys?
Yeah.
Tighter, tighter.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I got you, brother. I got you. You're gonna be just fine, okay?
Hey, Cody, when you have it on there.
Okay.
Tighter.
You're good. You're good. I gotta just get the bleeding to stop, okay? I don't want to go too tight. The bleeding's controlled. I need a knife or something. I need to see what's going on here.
Right here.
You cover. Just in case they come out, I need to know.
Hey, I'm gonna read.
Okay, all right.
Go
I
ahead.
got you, brother. I got you. Okay, I see what's going on. Okay,
You got,
all right.
that side, you got the front.
While medical aid was being given, other officers maintained a watch toward the interior approach, protecting the team.
Okay.
You just stay eyes on there. I got him. I promise you I got him. Do not let anyone sneak up on us.
For is how many?
Ron, you did a body check?
Yeah, he's good.
What's your name? Nick, I'm Cody. Listen to me. I got you, okay?
All right.
I'm not gonna let a damn thing happen to you.
Look on the front, just so you guys know.
Watch the front.
Did you check his belly?
Yeah. Yep.
Get this armor off of him. I want to make sure he didn't get hit anywhere else. Everyone else, make sure you cover up. We're fully vulnerable here. Full eyes on the house. Okay, so the bleeding's controlled, all right, brother?
All right.
You're gonna be fine, Nick. I got you. I got you, all right?
After bleeding was stabilized, Nick was transported to the hospital in stable condition and fully alert.
Yeah, officer down. Nick has been shot in the right arm. Tourniquet mark at 7:15 hours. Open laceration all the way down the arm. I'd say maybe a liter of blood loss before the tourniquet was on. A positive blood type.
Let's get blood. Let's get 2 units of blood right.
A positive.
A positive. Thank you.
2 other officers with less severe injuries were taken by patrol car to a nearby ambulance.
Come on,
Let's go. You hit?
Yeah.
Get in. Hey, I'm going.
4505, 03, should we talk about quad?
Hey, do you wanna down my van keys with somebody?
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys look at each other. Strip your vest off, please. Take your vest off.
Where'd you hit, buddy?
Dude. Okay. You're right on. Just hang in there, buddy. Chris, where are you hitting? My right hand. All right. Come on, buddy. Come on, Lucas. I got you. We got you. Hey, he's hitting the chest. Shots fired. We need to get to the ambulance now. Where's that? Sorry, hospital. Yeah, let's go, buddy.
Within minutes, they were transported to the hospital for treatment.
I got one in the hand.
Back at the scene, Holmberg remained barricaded inside, and specialized units were called in to handle the armed suspect. The front door opened. Doreen stepped out alone, with her hands raised, unarmed.
Hands up! Let me see your hands!
Hands up!
Walk to me!
Stay there. Watch that door. Watch that door.
Walk to me! Keep your hands in the air, walk to me!
It's a male.
Female.
Come on with your hands up. Come to us right now. Don't ask any questions. I'll take verbals, okay?
Okay.
Watch to us right now. Hands up. Do not lower your hands.
Keep coming.
Come. I'm not armed.
Keep coming. Keep coming to me. Over here. It's okay. Come.
Kill him.
Is he still alive?
Hey, watch that door, okay, sir?
What has he got for firearms?
I don't know. Just let me. I'm scared to death.
I'm sorry about that. Can you sit down right there? You can keep smoking.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
We're here for a search warrant. Who else is inside the house? Your husband?
My dog.
Your husband's name is Karl? I got her. Sorry, good.
Officers gathered information from her about what was happening inside.
Yeah.
Are you injured?
No, I'm scared.
Is Karl injured?
I could guess.
Where? Did he get shot?
His leg.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
What does he have for firearms?
Guns.
What kind? What was he shooting at us with?
I don't know. I woke up to this, okay?
Were you guys in the same bedroom together?
Yes.
Okay.
Who else is in the house?
Just Karl.
In the back. Does he have rifles or handguns? What did he shoot us with?
Yeah, I shoot 7 rounds. It's a 20 gauge, 12 gauge, I don't know.
Okay.
Explain this to me.
We will explain this right now. Is not the time, okay? We got to make sure that Karl is okay.
He's not okay, he's shot.
We want him to...
He shot my husband.
According to investigators, Holmberg told his wife to shoot at police. She refused. Holmberg then criticized her as a coward. Once police confirmed Holmberg was the only person left inside, wounded in the leg and still in possession of multiple guns, negotiators began contacting him via loudspeaker and phone to avoid another violent confrontation. Holmberg eventually came outside with empty hands and no weapon. Even so, officers remained extremely cautious, given that he had just fired multiple rounds at law enforcement.
Don't let him get back in that house.
I won't.
Can we get canine announcement for you?
Hey, Derek.
Karl, I need you to stand up with your hands up. We have a canine on scene. We don't want you to get bit, sir.
Do we want to push up to the opening so you have more room?
What's that, sir?
I need to be right up here if he's in a good target lock.
Let him move in.
Can you speak up, sir?
Let's him know that I'm moving up.
He's gonna bite you if you don't comply with me, sir. What's that?
Down. Hey, watch him. Bronco, watch that guy.
You're under
Ready?
arrest.
Watch him.
Stand up with your hands
Watch that
up.
guy.
A K-9 unit was deployed to assist, aiming to minimize casualties if a direct confrontation occurred.
Karl, I need you to comply or I'm going to send the dog and you will be bit. Watch that guy.
Can you put your hands on the hood of that car for us? Just put your hands on the hood of that car, buddy. Just work. I don't want anybody to get hurt. Just put your hands on the hood of the car. Karl, I need to see both your hands. Can you put them on your chest and like hug yourself? Just keep your hands there and come towards me. I appreciate you crossing your arms so I can see your hands. Are you able to walk a little bit? I'm asking for 3 or 4 steps. Karl, can you just walk 3 or 4 steps? Lean up against either the Impala or the back of the Sebring. That's all I'm asking.
Bronco.
Just right to that front fender, Karl. That's all I'm asking. Lean up against that.
Please.
He is. I can't see what's behind that mattress.
I can't either. He keeps looking down at it.
I can't hear you, Karl. Can you guys hear him?
No.
I can't hear him. Karl, I can't hear you, bud. Can you move up to the passenger side of the car so we can talk? Yeah, where are you hurt, Karl? In your foot? Can we get you some medical attention for that?
Yeah, I can see blood on his right foot.
Say again?
Watch that guy, Bronco.
Yeah, if you walk to that front fender, I can get you some medical attention. I'm asking for 2 or 3 steps.
When Holmberg appeared to move back toward the house, the K-9 team quickly subdued him and safely took him into custody without further danger.
Just to the fender. Stop, Karl, stop!
Bronco.
Stop!
Go, get him, get him! Get him! Bronco, Bronco, come, Bronco, come! Hold on, Bronco. Hey, come here, buddy.
Somebody cover the house! I got it!
No.
Karl, put your hands behind your
Down.
back!
Good.
Put your hands behind your back!
Good.
Nearly 4 hours after the shooting began, Holmberg was arrested and taken to the hospital to treat the gunshot wound to his leg.
Sit him up. Get to your knees. Sit up, Karl. Stand up.
During the search of the home, investigators said they seized a rifle, a shotgun, a handgun, and one of the officer's firearms, along with methamphetamine and tools associated with packaging and selling drugs.
Hi, Karl. Me again.
Hey, Karl.
This is my partner, Agent Sam McGinnis. I told you he'd love to visit with you if you're willing.
How you doing, Karl?
I'm not doing too well.
Yeah? Got some pain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really disturbed.
Yeah, absolutely. I can understand that with what you've been through. Yeah.
I'm just kind of wondering what day the right to go through my house.
Yeah, we can get into that a little bit too, I think. So we're going to get into that a little bit.
At the hospital, investigators approached Holmberg, reintroduced themselves, and asked whether he was willing to cooperate. Holmberg said he was in pain, emotionally unstable, and angry about what had happened. From the start, he framed the incident as an illegal intrusion and claimed police fired first. According to Holmberg, he heard police knocking and announcing they had a search warrant. He begged them not to break in, saying they had no reason to be there, and claimed they kicked in the door and tried to breach the bedroom door. He repeatedly insisted, "They shot first. I didn't shoot until they shot. I was scared for my life." When asked what he fired, he said it was a .223 rifle. He repeatedly asked whether he had killed anyone. When told he had not, he seemed relieved and said, "Thank God." Holmberg maintained he never intended to kill anyone and did not want a confrontation with police. He said the police response was too large and too heavily equipped for only 2 people in the house. He claimed he was shot in the foot before he fired back and described other injuries, including being bitten by a police dog, being hit with a beanbag round while unarmed, and suffering a broken rib near the kidney area. He acknowledged owning multiple guns, said his firearm rights had been restored, and stated the rifle was kept next to his bed. The interview ended in desperation. Holmberg said he believed he would go to prison, and even said he wished police had killed him so he wouldn't have to face the consequences. According to the complaint, a total of 5 task force members were hit. 1 officer was shot in the chest and hip. 2 were wounded in the arm, and 2 rounds struck body armor without causing injury. 1 officer chose to leave the profession after being injured, while the other officers returned to duty. On October 31st, 2025, Karl Thomas Holmberg was charged with more than a dozen felony counts, including 7 counts of attempted first-degree murder against police officers. Benton County Judge Robert Raup sentenced Holmberg to 76.5 years in prison, with credit for 751 days already served. He will serve his sentence at the Minnesota Correctional Facility, St. Cloud. Given the length of the sentence and his current age, it is almost certain that he will never return to the community. Sherburne County Sheriff Joel Brott said the verdict sends a clear message that this kind of reckless violence will not be tolerated. He added, "This incident shows the dangers law enforcement officers face every day. We are incredibly fortunate the injuries to these brave officers were not more severe." The incident serves as a clear warning. Armed resistance against law enforcement, whether driven by fear or a distorted perception of reality, will almost certainly result in irreversible legal consequences. Any disputes over the legality of a search warrant must be resolved within the judicial system, not through violence at the scene.